In a bright city filled with noise, lights, and endless movement, there lived a young woman named Mira. From the outside, her life looked perfect. She had a stable job, a clean, cozy apartment, a routine that never broke. People saw her as calm, composed, and put together. But no one saw the quiet battle she fought every single day. Every morning, Mira stood in front of her mirror, not to admire herself, but to judge. Her eyes would scan her reflection slowly, searching for flaws. My skin isn't clear enough, my hair looks messy, I don't look confident. Every day she found something new to dislike. And then came her phone. Scrolling became a habit. Perfect faces, perfect smiles, perfect lives. Everyone seemed happier, more confident, more successful. And slowly, without realizing it, Mira began comparing, not just her looks, but her entire life. At work, she stayed quiet, even when she had ideas, even when she knew the answer. She feared speaking up, feared being wrong, feared being judged, so she stayed in the background, invisible. One evening, after a long day, she came home exhausted. She dropped her bag, sat on the edge of her bed, and stared at nothing. The room was silent, but her mind wasn't. "Why am I not enough?" she whispered softly. The question echoed, again and again. No answer came. That night, she stood in front of the mirror again, but something felt different. She didn't rush. She didn't criticize. She just looked. For a few seconds, she simply stared into her own eyes, and for the first time, she stayed. The next morning, something small changed. Instead of criticizing herself, she paused, took a breath, and said quietly, "I look okay today." It wasn't confidence, it wasn't self-love, but it was kinder. And that was new. Days passed, and Mira began noticing small things. Not her flaws, but her efforts, the way she completed her work on time, the way she helped others without being asked, the way she stayed strong, even on hard days. These were not things people posted online, but they were real, and they mattered. One day, during a meeting at work, her manager asked, "Does anyone have a suggestion?" Silence filled the room. Mira's heart started racing. She had an idea, a good one, but fear whispered, "Stay quiet." For a moment, she almost listened. Something inside her said, "Just try." Slowly, she raised her hand. Her voice was soft but steady. She shared her idea. The room went quiet. Then her manager smiled. "That's actually a great suggestion." For a second, Mira didn't believe it, but something inside her shifted. That evening, she stood in front of the mirror again. But this time, she didn't search for flaws. She looked at herself the way she would look at someone she cared about. Gently, honestly. "I'm trying," she said softly. Weeks turned into months. Mira didn't become perfect. She still had doubts, still had bad days, still compared herself sometimes. But something had changed. She no longer hated herself. She was learning to understand herself, to accept herself, to be patient with herself. One Sunday morning, sunlight filled her room, warm, soft, peaceful. She stood in front of the mirror again. But this time, her reflection didn't feel like an enemy. It felt familiar, comforting, real. She smiled, a small, quiet smile, and said, "I am enough." Not loudly, not dramatically, just honestly. And for the first time in a long time, she believed it. Because self-love doesn't come all at once. It grows, slowly, in small moments, in small thoughts, in small choices. And Mira finally understood something important. She didn't need to become someone else to feel worthy. She just needed to stop being so hard on herself. Because the person she was searching for was already there, looking back at her from the mirror. Moral: learn to love yourself, not when you become perfect, but while you are still becoming.